Hey, so this is my oven, and these teeny tiny little burners in my really not that small apartment are at most 7 inches across. And the smaller ones are at most about 5.5 inches. The oven itself, which I'm trying to evenly spread out the heat more so it'll actually work with a pan that has a larger diameter to it. Like the most that could fit on this oven is about 21 inches by it's 30. Yeah. It's about 29 or 30. So about 29 by 21. A little bit smaller than that. And this gigantic thing is my cast iron skillet. It's a Lodge. And I tried directly putting it on that burner, but what happened is, because it's a 7-inch burner, it really didn't spread out as much. My uncle, who has more experience with cooking with cast iron than I do, suggested, that I heat it up in the oven before starting to cook with it, and that's not the first time that I've heard somebody say that, but now I've experienced it firsthand, the result of what not preheating it does. And it probably retains heat pretty well, but I'm just trying to get something that's at least more even cooking across the bottom surface. Because it really, most of the heat was concentrated in the center of the pan, and then the edges, the meat was still pretty raw. And I'd also like to be able to use this thing. This is actually aluminum, and it's about 11.5 inches across, almost a foot. But it's smaller at the bottom. It's probably more like 11 or 10.5 inches. So what I'm looking for is a big sheet of copper that's not going to kill me if I heat it up or something, that I can spread across, 2 or more burners, and it'll just take the heat that's from this burner and spread it out more, so that it's kind of pre-dissipating that heat to where it's covering a bigger area before I even put that iron skillet on it. And if I have to, I guess I could do a combination of both, where I'm preheating the copper, preheating the iron skillet, and using it that way. But right now it's just, I couldn't get it hot enough to where it would even sear the meat. It was just like steaming it, just because it's too small a surface for too big of a pan. And the reason why I was saying I didn't want it to buckle was, just because I've got heavy iron cookware that's going to be sitting on it, or, once this is actually, this is incredibly light because it's aluminum. But once it gets filled with food, it's going to be pretty stinking heavy. And I don't want, I'm not experienced, I'm asking you guys, the experts, who are experienced with metals. I don't know how hot copper has to get before it starts to annihilate. So I just want it to be thick enough to where it'll maybe not buckle, but thin enough to where it's dissipating heat like it's supposed to, and it's not getting incredibly inefficient. Alright, so that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't know if copper containing phosphorus, you know, is even a problem. I know foods containing phosphates can be a problem. There's something else. Oh yeah. I'm looking for as much specificity as you can give me. The company that I was looking at that was a retailer for metal was specifying certain grades, and it would, you know, they have their varying thicknesses and of copper and their varying hardnesses of copper, but they also had, which I think is a standard, like C100, C115, so on and so on. And I just, you know, I could take several weeks or days. I don't know how long it would take to learn about all the stuff I need to know about metallurgy, and I'd like to really learn everything I could, but right now I just want to stink and get the cooktop project finished. So just tell me everything you can. I mean, I'm thinking maybe one big piece cut into half, you know, so I got half over here and half over here. I don't want it to get so small to where I'm losing contact between the two plates that are covering the burners. Okay, I think that's it. This video's gone on long enough.